on the American Dream, we're highlighting something truly special here in Kansas City. When families are facing some of the hardest days of their lives, caring for a seriously ill or injured child, they shouldn't have to worry about where they're going to sleep at night.
That's where Ronald McDonald House of Kansas City steps in, providing comfort, support, and a true home away from home.
Hi, we are joined here today with Mike Jeffries, Chief Development Officer for Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kansas City. Mike, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here, Sherry. We're really excited to have you all here.
I want to sit down and have a talk with you about this great facility.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Let's have a seat. So for those that are not familiar with Ronald McDonald House, can you tell us what Ronald McDonald House does and who is it that you are serving?
You bet. This is a really special place, Sherry. So we're serving families whose kids are dealing with really serious medical crises. Things like pediatric cancer. These are families whose kids need organ transplants. These are families who have babies in the neonatal intensive care unit, the most intense neonatal intensive care unit in our entire region, just steps away here at Children's Mercy. So some families are staying with us for a few nights, and some families are staying with us for months and months at a time, depending on what it is that's going on with their kiddos. So they stay with us at no cost. The community really pays their way, whether they need to be here for 2 nights or 200 nights, so that they can focus on what's most important, and that, of course, is the health of their kiddo. We have 94 bedrooms in Kansas City. We're full every single night for the most part. So this is a really busy place doing really important work.
And what does it mean to those families who are going through a medical crisis with their child to have this available to them?
I think the families that are staying here are dealing with the most difficult thing that most of us can imagine, and that is seeing their kid fight for their life.
Right.
And so for as long as they need us, we're going to be here for them. We're going to give them a room. We're going to make sure that they know where their next meal is coming from. If they came to us thinking they were going to be here for a couple nights and they end up here for a couple months and they need hygiene products and diapers and clothes and the stuff of life, we're going to make sure that they have all of that so that they can, again, focus on what's most important, which is the health of their kiddo. But I think beyond the stuff that we provide here, perhaps the most important thing, the real kind of medicine of a Ronald McDonald House, is hope and comfort and love. And our staff and our volunteers do a really good job of getting to know these families, understanding what they need, and being a support system. So really, the medicine, the real miracles of medicine are happening steps away at the hospital. But very much, we want to make sure that every family is in a position to have the best chance at healing.
So I know there's a lot going on here on the campus. Can you tell us about all the new expansion that's happening here?
You bet. So I mentioned we have 94 bedrooms that are filled every night, which means, unfortunately, Sherry, we have to turn families away. Last year, 759 families we had to say no to. We were just too full to serve their family. And so we know that we've got to do better. We're really excited about expansion. We're on the cusp of growing Ronald McDonald House so that we can say yes to more families. So we've got a lot more on the horizon, but we're working really hard on growing right here where we are on Hospital Hill, and look forward to a day when we can say yes to every family who needs us.
So, Mike, if someone wanted to get involved and help out at Ronald McDonald House, how can they do that?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question, Sherry. So 2 big ways. One is we are wholly funded by private donations here in Kansas City. So we are, Ronald McDonald House Kansas City is its own 501c3 organization. Literally every dollar that comes in our door is just for our 94 bedroom operation here. So there are Ronald McDonald Houses all over the world, and yet each one functions completely independently and autonomously. So those local donations, we're relying on Kansas City and this region to really help support and fund this organization. So families are not charged to stay with us when they're here. Whether you need us for 1 night or 100 nights, families don't pay. The other way, which is so key around here, is volunteer work. And all of our volunteer opportunities can be found on our website, ronaldmcdonaldhouse.kc.org. And so we have volunteers in here every single day making meals for families, helping check families into the front desk. Some volunteers are coming in and they know they're going to be here every Tuesday, and some volunteers are here, once a quarter. Really, there's the right thing for whatever folks are looking to do and how they'd like to plug into this mission around here. But volunteers are hugely essential to the work that happens. Last year, 17,000 volunteer hours were donated to this place. We would not look the way that we do without really amazing volunteer work.
Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us today. This has always been one of my favorite charitable organizations in Kansas City, and you've given me even more information than I knew before, so I truly appreciate your time today.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for your support, your ambassadorship of this work, Sherry. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Sometimes the most important homes aren't the ones we buy. They're the ones that show up for us when we really need them the most.
And that's exactly what's happening right here. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Sherry Oakes.
And I'm Laurie Hans Reese Nichols, and this is The American Dream.